It's Week 17 of the National Football League, and we'll see Christian Watson, who's closing in on 1,000 yards receiving on the year. It's the Commanders and the Colts on Sunday night.
These folks in the Circle City, they love their Colts, and they have packed the house tonight as we welcome you to Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They come into this one off a bit of a clunker last time out, a loss that ended their 5-game winning streak. And meanwhile, for the visiting Commanders, they come in at 15-0, one win short of a perfect regular season.
And it's something we've only seen a couple of times. Miami in 1972, New England in 2007. We know they're not going to mail it in. They're going to go for it.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Now it's Richardson. Under pressure, they got him again. And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as they'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game. After last week's loss, you bet this offense probably wanted to come out with a little more fire than a 3-and-out.
And I'm sure that people are saying, hey, come on, Coach, where was the pregame talk? Have these guys ready to go? But you and I both know it goes into preparation and practice and being ready to go. That gives you the confidence to come out and play. They've got to find that and fast.
So out comes the Washington offense as they get their first shot. And trotting out there leading them is their 4th-year quarterback.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victor.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit. Good-naturedly, but they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Daniels. That's caught left side by Simmett. So no gain on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. Here's Daniels. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. There defensively for the breakup, Charvarius Ward. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. You look at this Colt defense. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom. There he goes, left side. Look at the big man rumble. Touchdown, Washington. Tucker Kraft. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Commanders put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3-and-out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described That's team football. All right, when you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Now Jones. Got a man. That's Leggett. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. This one good for a first down, and also that is catch number 90 for him now on the season. Running right, here's Brown. And he stopped immediately there. Brought down on the play by Kayvon Thibodeau. 2nd and 10. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing, Jones. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
They'll run with Watson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Got his man. It's Warren. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They give it to Brown. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. You talk about this Washington defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number one in the NFL against the pass.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for, this is what you practice for, this is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the number one overall offense in the league.
5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. The Commanders' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he's had a knack for finding the end zone all season long. His numbers reflect that. Here we are in the month of December, and he sits atop the NFL leaderboard in terms of rushing touchdowns. Daniels looking to throw. Short throw, he's got Kraft. His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down. Off the play fake, Daniels. There's a short one pulled in by Simmett, and he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. Up the middle they go. Pruitt. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up with a very good clip.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 102 yards, and a touchdown.
One thing I do know, teams in the NFL don't treat this like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter. It's been mentioned all week long about going out and getting him the rushing title. He'll see the ball, and he'll see it often.
Short throw, he's got Kraft. So the completion gets him just a yard, and now we've got a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. To throw is Daniels. That's completed right side to Palmer. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 yards there, good for a Washington 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A pair of 1st downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. They run the counter. Pruitt. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. They'll keep it on the ground. Pruitt. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now a handoff up the middle. Pruitt. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. To the air goes Daniels. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Up the middle they go. Pruitt. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. On the bootleg, it's Daniels. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Derek Hall in there that time to get him to the turf.
The drive had started well after a punt last time. Now it's slowed down a bit, and let's face it, they don't want to punt the ball in back-to-back series. They want a sustained drive on this one.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a third down coming up. A tall task ahead of them here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. Gay's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call there, opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Colts set to take over here offensively. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They defer to Brown to start the drive. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Now a handoff up the middle. Keene. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That good for 19 and a first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Commanders will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And it just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
The Commanders' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And you can see he's closing in on a rushing title, the league leader coming into the penultimate week of the season. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Short throw, he's got Kraft. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Daniels. That heavy brought down by the Colts. Trayvon Walker in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now Daniels. He'll complete this one to Watson. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Up the middle they go. Pruitt. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 15-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
They'll run on 1st down. Pruitt. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Daniels. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders are able to stretch out their lead.
The defense is doing their best, but they're struggling right now. They'll look for some help from their own offense to keep them in the game.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues. Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
Back to throw. Jones. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14. A big play there for Indy. 56 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now a handoff up the middle. Keene, and that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. Jones now from the gun, he'll throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. Off the play fake. Jones. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Darnell Washington. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts get a bit closer.
This is where, as a tight end, you've got to really sell that this is a run. They're going to fake the give, hope the linebackers bite, and here they do just enough. That split second, that's all it takes for that tight end to leak out into the end zone. Touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. Now a hit and a loose football. And it looks like the defense has got it. Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He had a couple of touchdown passes in that game last week, and he's matched that with 2 in the first half here as his guys start 1st and 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. They'll keep it on the ground. Pruitt. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Looking to throw. Daniels. Quick slant to Watson. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. Up the middle they go. Pruitt. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Operating from the gun. Daniels. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Chase Young. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. Back to throw. Daniels. Throwing left side, and Watson has it. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Colts getting another possession here on offense. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers at that situation, they really become magnified.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here's a 2nd and 8. They go play action. Daniels. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Daniels. Throw left side complete. That's Watson. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Gay knocks this one through, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Jones is going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Now 3rd down and 7. Looking to throw. Jones. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The visitors' offense and Jaden Daniels getting set for this next possession. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the 2nd quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
Ineligible receiver downfield.
And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Terry McLaurin, a touchdown catch in the victory. From there, we move to H-Town to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Tank Dell, a touchdown catch in the victory. And one more to highlight, a good one on Monday Night Football between the Kansas City Chiefs and the LA Chargers. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
He finds his man, complete. That's Myers. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, Pruitt. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. This offense number 1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and their run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
He finds his man, complete. It's Myers. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end. No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
Washington going to send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Operating from the gun, Jones. He finds his man, complete. That's Warren. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
All the option left, it's Jones. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
10 more there and another first down.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
They'll keep it on the ground. Keene, and just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. This one good for a first down, and also that is catch number 90 for him now on the season. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it.
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes.
That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now a handoff up the middle. Keene. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Back to throw. Jones.
All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down.
It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can tempt to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Operating from the gun, Daniels over the middle, complete. It's Myers. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. 3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. Up the middle they go. Pruitt, and he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Daniels, flushed out right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. And quickly out wide, this is Watson. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Daniels. Short throw, he's got Kraft. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6, he got about 5. 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that 1st down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Daniels going to throw for it. That's caught by Sennett. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you punt the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. Now Jones from the gun on 3rd down. He's got room at the 30. He's going to have the first down and then some. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him, and he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
Option play. Here's a give to Brown.
And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Hat tip to that offensive line. They're clearing some holes, even down here deep in the red zone. And that's a nice pickup on the ground on 1st and goal.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great play there.
His 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point try now from Dicker.
And it's good. The deficit 6, 20-14. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Commanders' offense and receiver Christian Watson getting set for this next possession. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
68 yards rushing for him now to this point.
An ideal spot here to get a 1st down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Pruitt. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. On 3rd down, Pruitt. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there, and it helps him move the sticks. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Now a 2nd and 2.
They'll try the left side. Pruitt. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Daniels. And he fires one, but incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
As the Colts offense makes their way out, we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
And you can see they'll be the AFC South representative, but for the moment at least, they'd still need to host a wild card game in that first weekend, but not the worst thing in the world.
No, not at all, and you and I both know this about this division. It's been wide open and extremely competitive, and it was again this year. So for a team to come away with the division title and get to the playoffs, you know they'll be battle-tested for their run in January and into February.
From the 29, Jones. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Washington on 3rd down.
Lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. This offense and their running back headed back onto the field. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Now 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. Daniels. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 3rd and 4 now. Operating from the gun, Daniels.
And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out and a 5-yard penalty. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Looking to throw. Daniels.
Short throw. He's got Kraft.
They'll give him 4 yards there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Back to throw. Daniels. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
Here's Jones throwing to start the drive.
Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception.
And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December,
of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And the Washington offense heading out. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
He'll get it here on the jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there. And they'll go backwards right away.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that.
Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Daniels. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. And not a good time for the sack on 2nd and goal, a loss of 6. And now it's 3rd down. Back to throw. Daniels. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And that sack brings up 4th and goal, a loss of 7. Big play.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to make it a 2-score game. Gay's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The Colts offense and Daniel Jones set to take over again. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. A tougher task for them now. That turnover on their last possession led to the field goal, meaning that they have to now try to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Now they'll throw here, out of the gun. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Warren.
And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 31-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10.
Over the middle, it's complete. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Throw out right, pulled in by Downs.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
This is 1st and 10. Jones.
He finds his man complete. That's Warren. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
To throw is Jones.
That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
Here we go. 1st and goal.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
Now Jones.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And this is caught, so it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. A 10-play drive that time.
And it ends with a touchdown they needed, but not the 2-point conversion, as this remains a 2-point deficit here in the final minute. And this is going to be covered up by the Commanders, and they are going to win this football game.
The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. And they take a knee.
So a victory here for the Commanders.
And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Washington, they have indeed reached a perfect 16-0, but now still one game remains before they join the 07 Pats and the 72 Dolphins as the only teams to finish a regular season unbeaten.